And obviously, you know, you're famous across Africa for the first BRICS acronym. Although you've done sort of had many other sort of intros into the market. Were you surprised with the way that the market responded to that? I mean, was it a pragmatic, I understand that this can be a leading model, or is it just a case of, listen, I was just doing my job and hey, look what happened?
Well, yes, I was surprised, and I'm also obviously I'm actually really pleased because I feel it's kind of it's also a bit pathetic that I sort of influenced the world a bit, you know. And who would have, my mother and father that both have died, although my father died 10 years ago, so he was alive when I created the acronym. He had no idea what it would become. But they would have been proud of me. So, you know, I've got a lot of respect for my parents working hard to give me an education. So I feel at a minimum, I've given them back some kind of reward.
Absolutely.
But I think it's the BRIC thing in particular has sort of changed the agenda.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I am really surprised. And of course, it was the BRIC political club which escalated it to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
But today it's fashionable to bemoan. You know, markets jump around like crazy. Right now, some people say I'm the biggest idiot that was ever. You know, the BRIC thing was ridiculous after all. But many international companies have really embraced the concept, and I'm very proud of that.
Fantastic. No, and you should be. I mean, but based on your experience originating and then sort of grandfathering BRICS, in hindsight, is there anything that you would signal in a different or message in a different way that could facilitate more intra-BRICS activity, both trade and investment, intra-BRICS?
Well, I'll answer you about two aspects of your question. First of which is not what you really asked me, but because some of these BRIC economies are currently showing some disappointing growth, there is this view around that the whole thing is over. And I sort of regret that I didn't spend even more time saying at the beginning that this is these countries' potential rather than what is actually going to happen.
Right.
And particularly for the famous 2050 stuff, we did say that. We said this is not a forecast, it's their potential.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, after 2 years of disappointing growth in Brazil, Russia and India, people are like, oh, the whole thing was stupid anyhow. Right. And so I slightly regret that. I don't know about regret, because it's great they set it up, but I bemoan the fact that, 5 years on, the BRICS political club and the BRICS bank have not done anything. It's like, well, you know, why you make such a big song and dance of it, guys, unless you're going to do something.
Follow through. Yeah.
And there's many areas that they could, and I keep waiting for them to offer me the job of running it, but you know, it's not happened yet.
Well, you never know. This is going to be watched by a lot of people, including some of those guys.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.